All right, we're looking at normal approximation to binomials, and this topic has a lot of important pieces that you need to look at. So you do want to have your vocabulary and formula paper out. If you don't want to go back and forth, then you need to make sure that you write down all of the notes that go with this topic. So first, you need to remember that mean is the number of trials times the percent that probability that's going to happen. The standard deviation is the square root of n times p times 1 minus p. Now you're going to need all that information down at the bottom when we're finding our z. The other thing for x is they're going to give us a number that they want, and it's going to say either greater than that number, less than that number, etc. Depending on what they ask for, you are going to adjust that number with a 0.5 by either adding the 0.5 or subtracting the 0.5. It's really important that you write down the adjustment table so that you can work through the questions a little bit quicker. I'm not going to go back and forth between the topic and the vocabulary formula, but I'll be speaking to it. After you find the z using the formula x minus the mean divided by the standard deviation, you then type it in with the probability. So it's either the p when z is less than or 1 minus. So let's look at a topic. It says a manufacturing process produces semiconductor chips with a known failure rate of 6.6%. With a random sample of 285 chips, approximate the probability that more than 20 will be defective. Okay, so 6.6 is our P, N is our 285, 20 is going to be our X. So let's go ahead and do this. Again, Z is our X with our adjustment. So here it says more than 20. More than means greater than. Greater than means that we are adding a 0.5 to that 20. So our X is 20.5 minus our mean, which is N times P. So I will put 0.066 times 285. And then our standard deviation is the square root. Oop, I hit a button. Apologies. 0.066. I'm going to put that in parentheses just like it was on the top. Times 285. And then parenthesis 1 minus 0.066. This is going to give us our z. We get our z, and then this one says more than. Remember, our button says less than. So I'm going to push the button, and then I'm going to put in front of it 1 minus. And I get 0. And it says round to 3 decimals, 343. 0.343. So again, there's a lot of moving pieces in this topic. You need to make sure that you're using your vocabulary and formula chart so that you fill in everything correctly. Let's try one more just to make sure that we're all on the same page. I hope your internet is working a little bit faster than my internet right now. All right, so we have 74%, that's our P, are going to germinate. We have a random sample of 130, that's our N. It says approximate the probability that fewer, which means less than 94. And remember, when we're going to be adjusting our X, less than means we are subtracting 0.5. So 94 minus 0.5 is 93.5. Minus our mean, which is our N times our P, so 0.74 times 130. And then our standard deviation, square root, 0.74 times 130, 1 minus 0.74. I press enter. I press my P. And then again, this one says less than. We wanted less than, so we don't need to put the 1 minus. That's already going to be it. And round to 3 decimals, 0.2946, so 0.295. So again, use that formula chart. Follow the directions carefully. I really recommend you write it in your notes if you can't print it out so that you don't have to keep going back and forth.